Osgood. Hello, Richmond.
Yeah, we could start it off. Get the broadcast going. Welcome, everybody. Players are coming out of the tunnel now. And we're heading into the final game of the 2025-26 season. So welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome, Trevor.
For the last time.
For the last time of the regular season and last time of the playoffs.
The schedule makers did a great job this year putting the marquee matchup of Ottawa West and Ottawa Sting as the last game of the playoff round robin.
Yeah.
It's rivalry night.
It is rivalry. Well, in fact, if I could, I'm reminded of a Simon and Garfunkel song off of Bookends, where they sing "Old Friends sat on the park bench like bookends," and these teams are old friends. Yeah. With so many of these guys knowing each other, and as you say, we started the season in an exhibition against Golden Knights, and it looks like we will be ending the season in what works out to be basically an exhibition for us. However, there is another story to be told.
What's that, Jeff?
We are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but we are told that this game matters for Golden Knights, this game matters for Canada Blazers, and this game matters for the Osgood Richmond Romans.
So if the Romans fans are smart, they're rooting for us tonight.
I think so. I think that's how it plays out. So I'd like to give some thank yous to those who've joined us all season. We've had viewers from around the world, really. Tonight we've got viewers from across Ontario, Quebec, British Columbia, Alberta, across the United States, Florida, Colorado, possibly in the Dominican Republic tonight, families on vacation, and viewers in Africa, Europe. Who knows?
Just a couple in each spot.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us and letting us do this. We've had a blast all season. And thanks for a great season to the team. Ottawa Sting, U14B, 2012 kids. They've had some good fun and some good hockey, probably in that order. They've gotten to be good friends. Lots of good times in hotels, lots of bowling, Blue Jays games, pizza parties, and lots of good games, lots of upsets, lots of big goals, lots of big blocks, lots of big saves, lots of big assists. So congrats to the team. Thanks for a good season. And congrats and thanks to the coaching staff. Coach Jordan, Lizanne, Coach Corey, Coach Adam. Paul's over there on the bench trying to keep warm, jumping up and down. It's a little cold in here after a little bit of a warm spell we've had in Ottawa, but it's cooled back down. And I'm told our sponsor, Larry LaRock, is in the house. So thank you to the sponsors. LaRock Real Estate and Nicolini Construction. Thank you all for making this season possible.
This is pretty exciting, man.
This is good.
There's a good energy in here tonight.
It's a big energy in here tonight at all. I see Liam is in the house tonight. Thanks for joining us, Liam.
Where is he?
I had seen him. I don't see him now, but I had seen him. Maybe he's down near the bench.
Looks like he's sitting on a net down there.
Might be him.
He has no torso. His shoulders and knees.
It's getting loud. Here we go. It is back into the Golden's Knight area off the drop. Golden Knights trying to bring it through center ice. Back to Jack. He puts it through the neutral zone, down in deep. Slowly, not going to be icing. Matty gets back on it. Knights try to fish it up. Jack picks that one off. At the point, it is going to be Knights. Jerome heading down the right wing. Throws it down. Goalie Sam Clark tonight. He takes a stab at that one. It goes off into the corner. Michael Byrne works it. Matty keeps it in, wrapping it around safely over to Jack. Jack up to Edo. And thrown up hard right into Michael Byrne's hand in a quick wrist shot. He's going to head to the bench. Jack goes across, and it's going to be Tristan coming on for Michael Byrne, and he picks that puck up, so we're going to get a too many men penalty.
That's a tough break.
Yeah, Jack didn't see that Michael Byrne was going to the bench and threw it that way, so Tristan naturally picked it up. So we head to a penalty kill. Right off the bat here.
You just got a
minute wait.
The player coming on has to wait for the other player to get close to the bench.
Tristan gets away with it. Coming right out off, gets it over to Mason. Mason back to Tristan. He twiggles around through the top of the crease. And coming back down, stopped before they could get deep, then get into the corner. Knight's on it. Noyan loses it down under Drover in the corner. Back up to the point. No, it's Noyan that's up at the point. That saved by Sam. Off to the corner, and then Tristan with it. He's going to go deep, killing some time on this penalty kill. All the way down. Knights will get organized and try to get up and out. They're pressured by Mash coming in, and now Fergus. He'll pick up that loose puck. He goes to the right, backs off in the corner, tries to deke, giving some trouble, but recovers that one. He's going to go back up to the point. Luke throws it through, and a volley bobbles through to the left. Knights with their first dangerous chance, trying to fish it through to the slot, but they're stopped in behind the net. And then into the high slot, off to the corner, deflection. Luke pokes at it, regains that, and it's stripped from him. Raph gets a stick on it before Fergus will fire that down deep. 30 seconds left in this penalty. And now it'll be an entry attempt by the Knights down the right side, stopped by Connor. Pushed off to the corner. He takes all that space. He goes around the outside, behind the net. Over to Jude. Jude tries to flip it up. Stops at the point. Pushed down along the boards. Jude stabbing at it a second time and then fired through. Sam's going to play that to the corner. At the point, fed through, missing that passing attempt and off to the boards. Connor picks it up. He's going to try to feed that through. He misses Edo out through center ice. He recovers it. Edo. Jude waits, gets on side, Edo goes in, fires it on, shot, and a save.
I like that Edo went for the backhand there. Backhanders can fool the goaltender sometimes. That's a significant chance.
Who do we have in nets down in Golden Knights end? Do you know that jersey?
No, but he's smaller, so I think that's probably What's his name?
Is it Litch?
Not Fletcher, but the other.
So now it's
the other goaltender.
on the puck. It's Byrne and Edo working hard. And it'll be Edo comes out with it. Tries to center it through, hits his skate. Matty can't control. Back to Jack at center ice. He flips it forward as he loses his footing. And then Matty along the boards. Right center of the zone. Pushed off by Jack first. And then they try to get a backhand through. No, they're going to drop to the point. They fire it through. Gets to the side. Before it made its way to Sam, I think it went off of a skate. And then a goal coming out from the side. And that'll be full strength, I think.
That was a bang play. So that's why you need the center down helping out, because when the puck goes behind the net and the defenseman have to try to switch sides, you always need a third man there helping.
This one won by Sting. Back to Raff, over to Lucas. He's going to fire that up the boards to Mason. Back down into the Sting zone. Lucas shovels it backhand to Mason. Mason loses that one at the red line. Chucked in. And back to play it is Lucas. 3 Sting members come in. Tristan's going to try and fish it, but it's Raff coming out with it. He's going to skate. Through center ice. Raff goes in. Down the left. Tries to center. No, it's Mason there. Can't get his wood down. And Tristan will pick it up at the point, throw it around the outside. Raff goes in to play on it. Lucas will cross to play it as Mash watches the blue line. Into the corner. Mash comes across the far side. Up the point, skips over Lucas's stick. And so Raff will skate back to play that. He wraps around, stops behind his net, looks for some safety. And he finds a line with Mash. Changes directions, but then gives that away. Shot to Sam, deflected in behind the net. Held in. Now Fergus skating with it. Fids it forward. Mason didn't see it behind him. Picked off and thrown in by the Kings. At the side of the net, Sam plays it. And then Raff will have to back out. On the backhand, he's cornered, but he gets it out of the zone and finds Mason up at the red line. He goes around the outside, gets hit. Ash goes across to pick it up. Fergus will come in. They avoid him. Hit Connor at the point. He looks through, finds a line. There's a save made there as Mason tries to take a high shot at it. And now Knight's going in on the back check. Fergus covering that off. Luke goes to the corner. Puck goes in behind the net. He goes across the far side. Luke feeds it to Jude. Jude across to Fergus through center ice. He's surrounded, can't get away with that one. And Knights will throw that in and go for a change. Luke now looking for a way out. He finds Gavin, who's on the ice in Marco's absence. Gavin makes a second touch at the blue line, and then he'll find Fergus at center ice, skipping over his stick though. Ping pong over to Connor. Connor goes in. Takes a swipe at it and carries it through. Held at the point. Fergus working hard. Holds it in. Down in the corner it goes. Jude doesn't see it. Looks for the man. Tries to lift that stick. And then he's pinned. Fergus tries to intercept. It's going to be Raff who does it instead. He carries that through the blue and past the bench. Down he goes to the right side. Going to try and backhand. No, he's not. He's going to carry that. Throws it in behind the net. In goes Gavin. Gavin looks up over his shoulder to see what he's got. He's got a pass at the point, not contained by Lucas, and it's a break now for the Knights. Raff swipes it away. Makes the hit, and Sam will dive on it for the whistle. So
busy stretch there. 3 shots for the Knights versus 4 for the Sting.
What's that? Okay. Okay. Jack behind the net to play it. Backhands that up to Mason, who tries to tip it through. It's going to make its way over the blue. Offside for the Knights as they get back on. And then go across dangerously through the slot. Jack was backing away from it, and then it makes it to Tristan, who fires it up across the glass. Mash will skate down along for it. Jack pinches in, but gets caught. Out come the Knights. Through center ice. Loses a footing, Drover it is, and then a chance right in the low slot. Sam makes a save, I think, and off it goes to the side. Mash will dump it out to the neutral zone. Knights will throw that in and go for a change for their defenders at the very least. Cole around to Jack. Jack gives it away. Backhanded. Deflected to the side. Tristan. He's going to find a lane out to Mason. Mason moves sideways. Mash goes in with him. Mason dangles through. Picked off. Mash tries to get a shaft on it. Byrne feverishly working at the blue line. And then Connor, he'll skate in. Onside, dumps it to the side of the net. Slapper from the side is Connor. The Knights defender has lost the stick as Mash tries to work it out. Tries to get it through, it stops and doesn't make its way. Out come the Knights. Connor will play it at the neutral zone. Luke keeps that to the outside and then in behind the net. Matty comes across. Luke and Matty working it in the corner. They lose control and Knights work it along the boards. Luke pushes man off. Chance to center it, and it's Matty who's going to grab that loose puck in transition and skates it out. Matty on the backhand, centering it. Edo got a piece on it, but couldn't redirect to the right spot. Raff held it in for a second, but out come the Knights again. Fired all the way down. Sam has to cover that on a funny bounce out of the corner.
MTK in 2 days ago. It seems like the Golden Knights are happy to dump it in. That one went for an icing. I think that was a mistake, but
okay. Like five. We have four. Okay. We're working it to the neutral zone. It's Fergus now. Surrounded, skating fast away. He's going to fire one through with some legs. It makes its way to the netting at the side. Recovered by Jude. He makes it back up to the blue line. Raff throws it to the corner. Fergus works it. He gives that away, though, as he was trying to get it back up to the blue line. Raff works it to the outside. Knights, Jerome working along the boards, and he picks it back up to the blue line. Fired in from the high slot. Save made off to the corner. Centered slot, not a shot, as it's held up by Jude. Ties it up and then fires that out for an icing. A good safe play by Jude.
yeah, Jude did a great job of sagging down. He should be up on the point more often, but he did a good job of sagging down that time and took the scoring chance away.
Puck is dropped, and out comes Mason. Over the blue. Jack gets a stick on it, fires it up to the glass. Can't get past Knight's Drover. He fires it down. Jack goes back to grab it. He'll skate across to Cole, and then missing Mason on the lead, and that'll be an icing.
The right idea.
Yeah, Mason was there, just couldn't quite control an awkward little shot between his legs. It's Tristan to Cole to Tristan. Up through Mason's legs. Mash will pick that off. Then Jack will go off the boards to Mash. Mash. Nope, back to the Knights. They're going to fire that along the boards down in. Jack skates back to play it. Doesn't get on it first, so the Knights will carry that along in front of the ref. Jack will try to pinch the man. And then it'll be Tristan pinching in to try to grab that puck. It goes in behind Sam. Away goes Cole to play it. He finds Mason, who's got to try to deke, controls it and holds on. Backhands it, finds Mash at the blue line, and then the puck goes. Tristan going for a change. Mason and Mash pursue. And then thrown away in front. Connor with a chance through traffic, a save made. Off the pads, that was. Clearing attempt by the Knights, takes a while to get across. And it's Sam Sundar making a shot and a save by Sam.
Seven for the Knights, 5 for the Sting.
Matty tries to go up along the boards. It's held in at the point. Then dangles past Edo, who goes to the boards to chip at it and finds Byrne with some speed coming over the blue. He dekes and dangles, but it's picked off by the Knights defender and wrapped around the outside. Held in now by Luke, who throws it in. Knights on it behind their own net. They get to the point. Connor tries to hold it, slaps at it. Was it on? It was onside. Byrne now. He's got a chance. He's going to take a quick shot, fired, and a pad save. Knights, then they go. Cross ice lead pass. Connor monitoring. Out to the outside. Connor grabs it and throws it forward. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Picked up by Samson Darn, thrown in. Around the outside it goes. Luke will play it. Backhands. Nope. Stopped. Matty chucks it out. He'll play it again off the boards and then go chase after it. Knights back first. They go across behind their own net. Edo into play in the corner. Now a rush, 2-on-1, Knights down. Take a shot. It's a mask save, second chance, deflected to the side. And now a shot. High slot, deflected over the net. Saved by Sam. In behind the net, battle ensues. Backhanded centering attempt tried, failed, and then it's Lucas who would get on it the most. Mash tries to get it up past the point. It's held in. And now McKee gets a chance in the slot. Rebound. And then Mason pulls it away. Mason down along the boards. Gets it back to Mash. Mash across to Mason. Chucked out. Cole carries it in offside, has to back away. And so that gives the Knights a chance to recover and try to skate through the neutral zone with it. Fergus back. He'll look for a pass. He finds a long lead pass to Mash. We got a... what's the call here?
Are they saying it's still offside, or?
We don't know what the call is.
I don't know why they...
They're saying it. No, I don't know what it was. They're going back to the offside when Cole had it? I'm not sure.
No, it's not offside. It's a face-off in the Golden Knights end.
Okay. Whatever the call was, stumped in by the Knights, and Cole will play it around behind the net. Looks for an angle. He can't find one at first. And then Jude finds Fergus on the rush. Out.
That's a breakout.
Fergus tries to put one through, deflected to the side. Picked up by the Knights defender. Jude comes across to play it. We'll work it back up to the point. Jack didn't see that one coming his way, and it's going to be a skate all the way down. No icing, as it was Jude who put it back there. Cole on it. Cole goes with a no-looker, picked up by Drover. And now Fergus, he strips that and goes. He loses that, trying to get through the defenders. Turnover and fired in by the Knights. Gavin's on it first. He takes position as the clock runs out.
Gavin Culker's not in, he doesn't usually retrieve pucks like that.
No.
He did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it took really smart body position on that, knowing where he was.
That period went by so quickly. Like there probably were only 4 or 5 whistles that entire period, which makes for a great, energetic game. Sam Clark, that one shift, Sam had made 3 saves. So he made this first save, on McKeague. Then there was a rebound that it just clipped off Sam in the corner. And then there was another point blank chance 20 seconds later that Sam robbed the guy.
Oh, yeah. Coach, what do you make of that?
It's red the Golden Knights. Yeah, that's how it felt for sure. Sam Clark was busy and very few, no really dangerous chances for us.
Well, the timekeeper trying to urge things along here. He must be on a schedule. We're ready to rumble again for period number 2. It's a 1-0 game for the Knights. And won by Sting. That's Byrne getting it back to Luke. Luke along the boards, finding Matty. Tries to control up, and he gets it in. But turned over, back through Luke. And Connor will look over his shoulder. We got a whistle on what? What's the whistle?
I wasn't watching. I was looking at something else.
Offside?
And face off in the neutral zone.
Had to be offside, so. Byrne tries to work his way through. Goes to Edo and then back to Luke. Luke to Edo, missing. Knights. They'll find a line off the boards, and then it's Connor. But Byrne will be the one who throws it down in. Around the outside clearing attempt. Luke has to back out of it, and Byrne comes back, feeds it to Luke. Luke looking for an angle, but it's turned over. And then picked off by Byrne, Matty. But saved and brought back out by the Knights. Luke will come across to help his buddy out. Gets a first shot at it. And the Knights go in behind the nets. Matty into pinch. Grab it, but he's at the point. Shot through traffic. Pad save. And at the point, the man goes down, so Byrne will take advantage. Carries it out and into the zone. He's going to look off a skate to the side. Around the outside. Sting changing. They get a shot through traffic, deflected again, and never makes it way through. Knights will find their lead at the blue line, picked off by Lucas. Then a second chance coming through. A save made by Sam. And then it's Mason will carry that in. Drops off on the nice attempt to find a player. Turned around. McKeague for the Knights. He'll carry that down. Got a late shot on Sam and a pad save, gloves, and stick all at the same time.
Clark adding to his save total. I thought that Samson Dart chance was dangerous because everybody's flooding toward the net and the puck comes out to the last guy coming into the zone. Sam made a nice blocker save.
Back to the point, back along the boards. Cole working to retrieve. Held in still. This time is Bergman will take a shot from a distance. Sam makes a save. Nash backhands, trying to break that out. It's picked off. They saw that one coming. Tristan works just outside the hash marks. And then Jack on it, but he's got to look over his shoulder as the big man comes in. Tristan will help out there. Gets position. As Jack works out with it, comes over to Mash. And missing at the point, held in by the Knights. They're going to fire that cross ice into the corner. Cole hits a skate on the clearing attempt.
Behind the net.
And then it does go behind the net. But back the other way. This time it's Mason looking up to see what he can do. Backhands it out, finds Tristan leading away. Stopped. Fed in. Turning over. It's Cole now. He goes. Then he's going to find Mason waiting patiently here in the neutral zone. He skates with it. Mason's going to get in. Whiffs on it. Then recovers. And gets in tight. A pad save is made. And he gets pinned in the boards in behind the nets. Nash will go in. Tries to get on it deep. Luke's backing out. Has to control as he backs away. Then goes across to Connor. Connor's going to feed that up through the blue zone. Sting really needing to change, so they're going to go now. Fergus on the ice with fresh legs and some speed. Luke will chuck it forward. It's going to go through. Connor making an odd touch there, getting it to the side. Recovers, finds a lead for Gavin to Fergus. Fergus surrounded, goes to the left on a pick. He fires it on target, and it's stopped by the paddle. Gavin recovers. Gavin down in deep, gets pushed off the puck. Out come the Knights. Almost picked off by Fergus there, but it'll be a 2-on-2 as the Knights go into the zone.
Oh.
Blocker save made at the side there by Sam. And now Fergus on the transition picks it up. Will Deke come into the right wing. Goes around. Shot. Recovered and saved. He recovers his own rebound. Goes across and battles in the corner. In comes Raff to play it. Tries to fire it through. It's off a body and out. Then Lucas, he has to whiff, but then he recovers and goes as Fergus was scrambling to get out of the zone.
Well, how was Fergus in there for so long? Where is he coming from?
He was knocked down in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
You can, yeah.
Murray knew he was a bit of a wrecking crew on that shift. Took out Fergus, took out Gavin.
Raff with the hit. Edo trying to push his way through the zone. And then cross ice is going to go into the Knights end.
The Knights. That hit on Edo was a cross check, maybe?
Cross check.
Cross check, yeah. I saw Edo in the middle of that crowd. I was just thinking, keep your hands down, Edo. And it was a Golden Knights player got his hands up.
So now, evening up the opportunities on the power play. Sting will get their chance. It looks like Tristan Gavin Mash out first with a fourth forward and Michael Byrne over there on the point, and Raff holding down the rest of the blue line. They get it back to the point. Byrne's going to look for an outlet with Raff. Raff looks through traffic, decides better, goes to Byrne. Byrne is slapper one time, stopped by a skate. And Knights will clear. Tristan, Deeks. The boys wait for the entry. Tristan gets through traffic. In tight, goal! That's a Sting goal. Tristan from Michael Byrne.
That was an excellent breakout. Byrne put it in Tristan's wheelhouse while he's moving, and he's able to carry that speed through the neutral zone. And like he always does, finds a hole on the goalie.
Top shelf, Tristan, top shelf. Off the draw, it's back to the Knights end. And they're going to dump that all the way in. And we'll get a icing call because they are no longer on the penalty kill. I will clear that penalty.
2 straight days that Tristan scored a big tying goal in the middle of a hockey game. It was third period 2 days ago.
And he'll stay on the ice, Tristan, but it's Knights take that face off down in the corner. He goes after it, goes for the check and misses behind. Knights will poke it out past Jack. Cole slaps it back to get a breather. Jack makes a hit along the bench. Cole clears it through. Jack has to try to clear it out as Tristan didn't see it. Mason backs in to grab it and then feeds it to Tristan, who skates along the boards up the right wing. Tristan in again to Mash. Backhand. Stop before it could get its way to the net. And then Jack's going to hold that at the blue. Sting changing, using the opportunity with the puck down in deep. Mason on a chance now. Knights come out, surrounded. They'll chuck it in and go for a change. Connor with some speed finds Mason waiting for it at the red line. Oh, before he could find a line through to Gavin, he's picked off. He chases it into the corner to recover. With his stick up in the air, can't do much with it. Fergus comes across with Gavin now. Fergus in tight. Fergus pushed off on a poke check. Connor to Luke to Fergus. Gavin goes in. He makes contact. Oh, picked off as they try to go D to D. Knight's in tight, pushed away by Connor. And then cross to the boards for Fergus. He'll look, he goes behind the net. Wrap around, Gavin goes to retrieve. He's got to stop, tries to chip it up. Went high in the air, out to the point. And chucked in by the Knights.
So close. Where's the winger?
It's going to be Luke trying to get it through. Connor will sweep it away from in front of the net. A centering attempt. Fergus picks that off, and then Gavin finds a way to get it out. Slapper back down in deep by the Knights. Turned over, backhanded shot on. Sam stops it first, and then it's cleared out. Chucked in, Jude picks it up. Stopped by a body. And then Luke, he finds Fergus at center ice. Can't control it, goes across to the bench. Through the neutral zone, back and forth. Knights will chuck it in, they'll go get some fresh legs. Luke goes back to play it. Head contact by...
Is that Cormac Anderson who's going?
No. Who's going?
Cormac looked upset about it. I already put Cormac's in anyway, man.
So Sting returned to the power play. Tristan wins it, back to the point. Raff, he dekes and looks. Almost intercepted, but Byrne will back off a little bit. He's in dangle and turn. Finds Mason. Gonna try and find a line through. Oh, and Mash was there waiting for it, hungry. Tristan, he's gonna go back up to Byrne. Byrne, Raff tries it one time. He's gonna miss quite wide to the side, and Mason will go to the corner and grab it. Sting have worked this play in their practices all season, and now getting it set up nicely here. Burns taking some patience. Going to try and find a line through. Raff, he looks for another one-timer. No, he's going to go high. And a nice save made as goalie gets a piece of that on the blocker or the stick. Puck deflected high, but then Raff picked off. Knights snag one short-handed.
I do. I think this power play unit has given up as many goals as they've scored.
So we'll go back to standard lineup. No more fourth forward.
Different defensemen. Different line.
Fergus with it. Off the draw. Gavin now, he'll follow through. Fergus there with the chance tight on the right side. Connor looks through traffic. No, back to Fergus. Fergus looks through. Goal! Fergus ties it up. From Connor?
I didn't catch the assist. Ewan's been stopping everything he can see. He must have been screened on that.
Fergus walks in, looks, sees the line, and hits the twine. It is Cole. Through the neutral zone, dumps it in. Fergus goes to retrieve. Under pressure. Fergus. He's in tight again. Fergus misses to the side. Gavin goes across to grab it. Edo now and Cole working up at the point together. Knights get a stick and will carry out. And then cross-checking to the head there. We got a hand up for offside, but nobody saw the hit against Cole. Cole takes that puck smartly, pushes it forward.
Offside, they're still offside.
They're still
Lots of time. Get moving, folks.
Jack finds Gavin, who is waiting. Finds Fergus. He's even happier. In goes Fergus. Dangles to the right. Around. Tight angle. I think he went off the crossbar there. And then threw into the slot. And Knights are going to take a shot. Why not?
What a chance that was by Fergus. Right off the crossbar. A good shot from in tight.
Tristan can't hold on to that one, but it's going to dangle through the defenders. And they skate back. And then down into the corner. Connor and Tristan working in tandem. Centering attempt. Picked off by Mason and then up to Mash. Mash goes to the right. Stops. Looks into the slot. Take a shot through. Misses wide. Tristan puts it behind the net. Mason now looking. He goes behind the net the other way. Knights look to find a way out, and they do. Lucas stops it. Or Luke, who's Luke stopped it. Offside on the long reach pass by Golden Knights. Did we explain why we might have so many viewers today? I can't even remember. Did we explain the scenario of...
I don't think you explained it fully, but you mentioned...
So we have, in the playoff round robin, there are now 3 teams tied for the 4th spot, which includes the Golden Knights and the Romans and the Canada Blazers. So we have some members of those teams surely watching here tonight to see who will come out on top as Sting have a chance to play spoiler. Raffin behind the net will try to get it going, and he skates over top of it. And then Edo, he can't get enough stick on it. He'll try and find a line through to Matty. Matty will get it out of the zone. And Burn down in deep. Lucas back to Burn on the blue line. Can't walk through. Edo tries to hold on. Knights will chuck in and go chase it. Matty. 39. Raff. We'll get it out as Burn tries to feed it through Nguyen's legs.
So yeah, we got 39 viewers. Is that more than usual?
Live, yeah.
I think most people watching are probably watching because they know why. But essentially, we can't sneak in. But if we win, it puts the Romans in to the playoffs.
Yeah, in the event of the Knights winning, it becomes a 3-way tie, I believe. If we win, it's a 3-way tie.
We're one of the 3, but we can't be top. We're not one of the 3 that would get in.
Right, so then it turns to a 2-way tie that becomes based on total wins in the playoffs, I think. Fergus, he picks up a loose puck, and he's going to skate out with Gavin. Jack trailing. Fergus to the left side, gets in a tight angle, and a save is made.
How many shots does Fergus have this period? He's got to have 4 or 5 shots this period. If you count the crossbar as a shot, which you don't, which is weird. You know what it is? If we get into that 3-way tie, it ends up being the most points among those 3 teams in the games, including those 3 teams.
Okay.
In which case, Osgood gets the spot.
Now working along the boards, persistent. Knights will try to get in, but it's going to go back to
Let's
Jack
go, boys,
on a
let's go.
reversal. He doesn't get it up and through cleanly, so Gravin comes back on it. He'll fire it down the boards. Fergus will try to pressure, pick it up. Can't quite skate through on it. Knights in on the right side. Get in tight, try to deke through, and they score.
Wow, that was a pretty nice move.
We'll watch that. Now with a minute to go in the second period, it's a 3-2 game.
Exciting.
Well, the most important thing at this point is that we have more viewers than the Golden Knights broadcast.
They're private, aren't they? Aren't they a private? They're not a public broadcast. We're still winning. Can only beat the team that's in front of you.
Mason trying to backhand it, picked off and held in by the Knights. They go cross ice. Back to the point. Fire through traffic. Sam's going to grab that one.
So the flip side of that is if the Golden Knights win or tie, then it's only a two-way tie for fourth, and the Blazers make the playoffs. So we can't get in, but our outcome decides who makes the playoffs.
Our tie gets the Blazers in. Is that what you said?
A tie or our Golden Knights win. I mean, the Blazers own the tie break.
Okay. And picked off by Mason now. The chance. Tries to drop over to Mash. But he couldn't get it there. Now it's Knights. They try to work through, and they're tripped, and that will be called on an inadvertent, but definitely a trip.
I can see why the referee would call that. The angle at which he's looking at that. That's an easy call for a referee. This is, don't want to state the obvious, but a very big power play.
Bergman at the point throws it past Drover. Down in the corner. And Drover will recover and try to work in tight. Gets contact. Oh, Mash gives it away for a second there, but Tristan recovers it to get it over the blue.
Oh, here comes it. Good thing about the Zeros, Nguyen was in on the forecheck, and that would have been a big collision with him and Raph. Pretty good, pretty exciting second period as well. It's always good. It's always tough on the power play when it gets broken up by an intermission, so that works in our favor. Now there's only a minute and 39 to kill. Need to kill this thing off and then have 15 minutes to go to work. Nikhil's over here at the boards greeting his fans.
For the Knights.
The period felt more even than that, but the Golden Knights had a couple of flurries of pressure.
Knights will take it off the draw. With 18 minutes to play in this decisive hockey game. A tight one to be sure. Knights down the right wing. Into the corner, they try, and Raph will clear that out to kill whatever time he can as the puck sails down and comes to a near rest behind the Golden Knights end. Knights not sure how to get set up in the penalty and didn't even enter the zone. And they're going to try again. Picked off by Edo. And now they'll get in onside. Cole, poke at that one. Almost out, but held into the corner. Knights try to center on the backhand. Knocked down, up to the point. They go to the corner with it. Raff's going to get called on a trip. Oh, we're going to a 5-on-3.
Harder now with that call. 40 seconds of 5-on-3.
Held at the points. Shot wide. Down into the corner, trying to shovel it out. Mason will try to skate up to it. Backhander through the slot. Goes through the top of the crease. And they're going to try again. They go across. Off the post. And contained by Sam Sundar, and then it's Jerome coming out of the corner in tight, tries to deke. He goes through the top of the crease. Up to the point. McKeague will take a shot. Pad save made. And then a shot at the side of the net. And it bounces off the side of the net, hits Sam's skate, and then just hanging out.
It was below him and he didn't see it. Well, we had killed off. I think we had killed off the first.
I think so.
So
we'll end
back
both
to full
penalties.
strength.
Full strength. Unfortunate turn there. I've never seen one come off the side of the net like this and come back into the middle.
Almost hit the post.
Seemed to me like the angle was with the side, but Mash loses an edge there, goes down, swiping at it. Now Raff and Tristan will work the corner. Raff will skate it out. He doesn't look ahead yet, and then he finds Mason waiting. Mason to the outside, around, in tight. I think he hit a post.
Mason made the two Golden Knights players run into each other.
All the way down. Sam will have to play that and hold it.
So you think that goal, the fourth goal, it hit the side of the net, maybe came straight out, like not in front of the net, but then hit Sam's skate and sat there. Yeah. I don't think I've seen that before.
Fergus will try to pick it up off the draw. He drops it to Luke, who tries to clear out. Loose in front. And then off to the corner. Through the crease. Foot race won by the Knights. Evading the referee, they go to the corner. Connor tries to get at it. Connor lifting the stick, and then Fergus picking it off. Held in, and then Gavin. Now, Gavin looks, sees Jude on the lead. Jude pinned against the boards. Puck goes in. Back to the Sting end, and Connor goes back to get it. Gotta go quickly now. Connor to Gavin. Gavin looks for Fergus. Jude tries to lift that stick. Luke will go off the boards. Back and forth. Knights in. Fergus, he picks up that loose puck and skates out. Under pressure from behind. Knights, they go in with some speed. They try to get past Jack. He swings around and swipes that one nicely. Fergus, he's down in deep. Goes back behind the net to Cole. Cole up to Matty. Matty going to force his way out with that one. Now Gavin will throw it in. Into the corner they go. Cole getting their second. Giving a chance as the Knights throw it up, missing the net and wrapping around the outside and going all the way down past their own bench. McKeegan tight, held off by Sam. Knocked down on what would have been a high stick, I think, but Sam grabs that one, stops it.
We're not really getting out of our zone anymore. Been a while since we made it down the ice meaningfully.
This one, Tristan to Mason, but then recovered by Knights. And it'll deflect through to Sam, and he snags it. Mason, he tries to throw it through Bergman. Bergman's going to grab it and throw it down into the corner. Raff back. Under a bit of pressure, he stops and retreats. Oh, Raff couldn't carry it out. Lucas tries to follow through. And then up to Mash and Mason waiting for it. Mash will chuck it forward, up off the glass into the corner. Behind the net, Knights in control. They go up. And called a hand pass as Lucas touched it and couldn't get a stick on his first.
No shots have registered for the Sting versus 6 for the Knights.
Some energy seems to have been zapped out of this place.
Yeah.
Things been refine the energy, rediscover it.
Gavin comes across to try and steal one. He does for a second. He's still working hard in there. It'll be Knights to work it up along the glass. As Ferguson, the back check, swipes at it and then goes up off the glass down to the Sting end. Under pressure is Luke. He fires through cross ice to Jude. Jude to Fergus. Can't control it. And Knights will fire that. They're saying deflected, so no icing call coming. Connor now with time and space. Sees Gavin on the reach. He touches it but can't contain. Luke will skate that in. Cross finds Gavin. Spinning through. Couldn't do much with it. Fergus monitoring Gavin in the corner. Surrounded. He'll come in and stab at it. Fergus going after it. He has to take a check. And a shot comes through.
Penalty coming up to the Golden Knights.
At contact? Which one was it? Was it
I
head?
think it was a roughing. Wasn't it a roughing? Yeah, a roughing call. Comes
To who? What number? Well, it doesn't matter, actually. I don't have them here anyway.
18.
I don't have
18 Golden Knights. Golden Knights player.
Golden Knights player, yes.
Golden Knights player. Here comes this power play unit that's scored
Back
one
to
and given up
Mash.
one.
Ash to Burn. No, Ash is going to hold that. It's a Raff now. He's going to skate through across the blue, then drop to Burn. He goes down in the side, centering through the slot, missing Mason and across to the far side. Knights will clear out and then try to go on a rush as Burn comes back to play it. Raff gives that one away, giving the Knights a chance to fire it down in deep. Burn will try and set up the entry. He goes on a long reach to Raff. Raff will skate along the side. Big size advantage there, but he can't carry it through. Burn holds the line. He goes down to the corner. Tight angle shot. Contact is made by the goalie. Now Tristan up at the point. He goes cross point. Byrne. Mash. Mash to Tristan. Tristan down into Mash. He works around. Mash to Tristan again. He's going to skate sideways, fire through. And a glove save is made. Puck is dropped, goes through, over to the Knights winger who chucks it down the ice. Cole will get back on it. Still 36 seconds left in this power play as Cole looks to set it up. He's going to get picked off if Powell doesn't get on it fast. And Fergus is going to get through his speed to the outside. Fergus in, decides to go around behind the net. I think the ref made contact with that. Cole feeds it back into Fergus. Fergus tight angle, save is made. Cole stops that with a skate. Cole loses an edge and the puck, and it's a race for Jack. A nice little feed through. Sam makes the stop, second stop also.
Nice player kept running into more sizable. First Cole pushed him, and then Jack pushed him, and then Edo came in. It was like the boss finally came through and cleared things up.
Knights will take that one, try to fire through. It hits a bunch of bodies and off to the side. Then Connor, he goes up through the point. And Edo, back to Luke to Byrne. Byrne swipes it. Maddie touches it. Connor stops that one in front of the net and then finds Maddie coming through, handles that nicely and behind himself. And chucks it in for Edo to chase. Edo, a tight angle.
Oh, no.
Pushed into the net.
You can't cross check. He got into the net. Not usually. I guess that's allowed here. Yeah, something about these nets like that. That puck also kind of hit the side of the net and then rolled kind of underneath Ethan's pad.
Tristan getting back to try to clear it. Held in by the Knights for now, but it'll be Mason skating up the left wing. He gets in, puts on the brakes, stops. Has to take a hit, but Tristan will feed it through to Mash as he backs out to get some composure. Drops it inadvertently to Lucas. Sorry, I was at a screen there. And then it's Tristan holding the line for a second as he skates across. Looks, finds Mash. Shot goes through the top of the crease to the corner. Mason will try to skate with some speed, surround it. Finds Mash at the red line. Mash going to take a long shot. Behind the net it goes. But Mason couldn't get in on it to play it. Almost picked off by Fergus. It'll be Jack trying to dump it in.
Nice and gentle with Fergus.
Nash will control that and skate along. Tries to find a line through off the boards to Fergus, and he recovers that one.
I think these wingers have to get off the ice.
And a missed connection there at center ice. Knights will fire again. Nash will finally go for his line change as Gavin comes out. Mace is still down on a super long shift. Tries to skate through two players. That's not going to go. Fergus will pick up that dangling puck, and he's going to turn and go with it. Surrounded by four players. Gavin will trail in. No! We will see the replay on this one. Puck stays inside. Never came out. It stayed in entirely. Well, you win some and you lost that one. Fergus with it, recovering it. Down into the corner, trying to backhand through. Hits the side of the net, I think it was. Gavin will go in, and a reverse hit. Nice attempt. Pad save made by the Knights. Sam plays it in behind the net. And then puck makes its way to Fergus coming out. Tries to dangle into the outside. Tight angle, well, from reverse angle, really. That was impossible. Luke stops and looks. Almost out of options. Connor finds Matty coming through. Matty to Fergus. Fergus in tight backhand. Save is made. Lucas nearly holds that, but it's a bit of a break for the Knights. And they get that. So, fifth goal for the Golden Knights. All but seals this one.
That Ryder Jerome has a lot of skill. That was a nice, he's putting two really nice deeks on Sam tonight. Fortunately, you can see how it's late in the Sting season, and the kids are kind of trying to do it themselves now. Last chance for glory, I guess.
Lucas takes an awkward fall at the blue line, but he's up and okay. Matty can't work it into the zone. Byrne comes back. Byrne on the back check, strips, spins and goes. Half tight angle shot. A save is made.
Great pass from Michael Byrne on that one.
Jack to Cole. Cole surrounded. Has to throw it in, and a funny bounce off the white. Yeah, hit something. Jack couldn't quite control it. Fergus away again. This time to the left side. He centers it through. Tristan was there. He's tripped. Too late, though. No call made. Now Jack at center ice. Throws it away. Interference against Cole. Oh, charging.
Another penalty on Vincent Union. Who definitely plays a physical brand of hockey.
Burn to Maddie, Maddie to Burn, Burn to Ralph. Ralph to Burn, Burn looks, stops, looks again. This one back to Ralph. Ralph will take a big shot, but off a shin pad, it stops and then Burn to the blue. They'll feed that over to Mason. Mason in tight, pushed away. Nash will go after it. Puck's going to come up to the point. Burn's going to gamble on it, why not? Volley's up and out. Burn will retreat, look around. Raff, he'll enter down the right side. Centers it through. Staying not in position in the slot yet. And Nash comes back to control. Nash deeks and goes in. Stripped though. Cleared out. Down the ice, all the way to Sam. He'll have to stop that. Give it away to Tristan, who's now on. He goes to Burn. Burn stopped before he can get deep. Drops to Tristan, who skates along the boards. Tries to walk out into the slot. That's picked off. Fired down. Connor will pick it up at center ice. With a minute left in the Sting season, it's been an exciting season at times, an exciting game tonight at times too, but now a little flat as Golden Knights look to finish off their playoff run. Fired down while this penalty expires. Connor looks on a reach pass to Mash. Maddie. They'll try to make one last entry with 25 seconds to go. He stops, drops to Fergus. Fergus goes to the corner, all for glory now. Shot, saved, and then released. 15 seconds. And it skips over a stick at the point. Connor comes across to play it. Jude back to disrupt that. And into the corner as the sticks start to bang. That'll do it for the season.
Blazers are in, Romans are out, Sting is out, Golden Knights are in. Golden Knight.
At the end of the day, 30 shots for the Knights and 20 for the Sting. I think the scoreboard reflects that kind of imbalance in possession. Yeah.
Goal, and there's the difference in the hockey game. I do feel bad for Sam on that one that sat in the crease and got poked in, because that's got to feel bad. But he made some big saves overall and had a great game. Both goaltenders have been excellent this season.
The first win for the Golden Knights all season against us.
Against us, yeah. Emil? Yeah, I guess so. Well, that'll do it for us. Thanks for watching the season. See you again next year.
Yeah, see you next season.
All right now.